Hello everyone. Over the course of time, many chess opening theory has been developed. Few of the openings are very aggressive and few of them are very calm and positional. Positional player loves the positional opening, attacking player loves the attacking opening. Then there are very lines which are very sharp in nature, something like Sicilian. But when we are talking about positional player, they usually love to play positions which are, very much balanced, or they like to create some imbalance and later on try to exploit them. French opening is one such, defensive line where black prepares attack on the white king by slowly developing its pieces by putting the pieces on the right square, and they launch the attack at the right moment. But there are players who has decimated this line in less than 25 moves. I have created a collection of games in which white outplays the black's French defense in less than 25 moves. I have put the link in the description, and I hope that you will really like that collection and will learn from that. But for now, we are going to see a match which was played between Magnus Carlsen and Ivan Salgado in French defense. This game is also a part of that collection. Here in this game, Magnus Carlsen defeated his opponent in less than 20 moves. So let's see how this game begins. So the game goes with e4, and Ivan Salgado responded with e6, the French defense. Usually we would like to play d4, and after d5 we either capture or we push the pawn. The only demerit of the French defense is that it doesn't allow the light square bishop to come out, which is why the exchange variation is not so popular, because after pawn takes pawn, the bishop is ready to come out. In this position, Magnus Carlsen went for b3, which is still a theory, but not played very often. Okay, Ivan responded with d5. Magnus shadowed with bishop. Now Ivan didn't go for pawn capture pawn. Instead, he played knight f6. Magnus attacked the knight, and knight goes to d7, attacking this pawn further. But the pawn is all already defended. But still, Magnus Carlsen went for f4. Further strengthening the position of this pawn. So even if you push this pawn, first of all h5 will be available with the check, and also if pawn captured pawn, the other pawn will come in the center. So Ivan Salgado responded with c5, and Magnus Carlsen developed his knight. Ivan Salgado developed his own knight, and Magnus Carlsen strike the center with c4. And obviously white will not like to break its own center, which is why the black will not like to break its own center, which is why he played d4, also capturing controlling the c3 square, which doesn't allow the knight to develop to its natural square, which is c3. Magnus Carlsen continued with bishop d3. The idea is to put the bishop on the center. Okay, Ivan responded with b6, creating a nice pawn chain. Magnus Carlsen continued with his own idea by putting the bishop on e4, attacking the knight. Ivan responded with bishop b7, defending this knight, and Magnus Carlsen played d3 to fix the position of the bishop. Now this bishop can be attacked by f5, but thankfully we have a pawn on e5 which can pawn on this. And later on knight can also join, but in that case white will also play knight d2 to recapture the bishop with the knight, and knight will be nicely placed on the center. Now in this position, Ivan played queen c7, Magnus Carlsen castle short side. Now Ivan played bishop e7, preparing for the castle both on the king side and on the queen side. Magnus Carlsen developed his own knight, and now Ivan didn't go for castle. Instead, he played f5, expecting that Magnus Carlsen will on, which he did, and then after he captured the pawn with the knight. Now Magnus Carlsen saw one opportunity, and he played knight g5, expecting that if knight captures the bishop, he will recapture with the knight, placing the knight on the center beautifully, while the e6 pawn will still be attacked. And once the pawn is defended, he will bring out his bishop. And that's what exactly happened. So knight takes bishop, knight takes knight, and queen defended the pawn with queen d7, and he played queen h5 check. Ivan blocked the check with the g6, no big deal. Now he played queen h3, creating a further attack on the pawn. One way is to also, if you think that we go h6 to infiltrate with the queen, the knight will come out, and Magnus will have to come back to h3 in order to support this pawn. And if you think that rook d1 is the better move, then after bishop takes knight, pawn takes bishop, he will the black will infiltrate first with the knight, and once we save that, he will nicely place his knight to e3, and knight on the third rank for the black is very dangerous. I mean, from the black side, it will definitely help the black side. So this is not a very good position from white's perspective, which is why Magnus Carlsen played queen s3, now attacking the pawn. Now what should black do? In this position, black captured the knight, and you can see that we can capture the bishop with the knight to keep attacking on the pawn. But if we do this, then after knight d8, black sort of equalizes because the pawn is nicely defended. Yes, you can create a further attack, but we can also launch an attack on with something like what we can see. Let's say this. Then we can castle to create an attack on f4 pawn, and even if we, let's say, go for this, the pawn is the pawn is safely guarded. So instead, after queen s3, black, when captured the knight, Magnus Carlsen captured with the pawn, and the best benefit by capturing the pawn, capturing the bishop with the pawn, is that now it creates the f6 square available for knight. And now, right now, as you can see, that white is actually threatening to go knight f6, forking the king and queen, which is why black castled. White went with the knight f6, and black responded with queen d6, saving this queen. But as you can see, this pawn is pinned, and white's knight is on f6. White attacks this pawn further, and now how will black support this pawn? Rook cannot come because the knight will capture it. This rook cannot come because the knight will capture it. And once any of the even if, let's say, black is ready to give up this exchange, then also this f7 pawn is falling, and queen will also infiltrate. But instead, if, let's say, black tries to launch its own attack, then it is more dangerous, because after rook takes e6, queen is attacked, and wherever the queen moves, the rook will further attack the queen, and it will be a discover attack on the king. So the right move over here is not knight b4. Instead, queen will have to go to, let's say, so first of all, knight b4, and after this, we'll have to go to c8. Now we will come with the bishop c7, bishop c1 to further attack the queen by pinning the queen to the king. So king goes to a8, and after let's say bishop f4, queen will have to further save itself, and after rook e1, the position is actually very much favoring white, and could be the reason why after rook e1 itself, e1 resigned. So I hope that you like this game, and as I said in the beginning of the video itself, I have created a collection of the games which was played in the French defense, in which white is winning against the French defense in less than 25 moves. I hope that collection will be very beneficial to you, adding more weapons to your repertoire against the French. And if you like to know how to play with the French, then I highly recommend you to go out and check the games of Harikrishna Pentala, the Indian Grandmaster. So for now, have a good day, and I hope that you have learned something from this game. And also, if you have a suggestion for my videos, please let me know. I'm very, I'm very much looking forward to, improve my videos in order to create a better experience for you. For now, goodbye.